Do you ever dream of elevating your man cave or living room into the ultimate game day destination for the big game? Imagine this, it's game day and you're hosting the party of the year, but instead of trying to cram your entire family or all of your friend group on the same couch, you can effortlessly watch your favorite team on up to 4 TVs at the exact same time. So how, you might ask? Well, enter this 4x4 HDMI Matrix Extender. With its ability to stream any 4 HDMI inputs to a combination of 4 outputs, and even sending that signal over a Cat6 cable. Meaning you can even play the game to multiple TVs at the exact same time in every room of your home. Or play Xbox on the projector while someone watches your progress on the Nook TV. It's all entirely up to you. Want to see how to pull this off? Well, stay tuned. Hey there neighbors, and welcome back to This Smart House, where we not only show off the latest in smart home tech, but also projects to make your home more fun and usable. Today we're going to transform your home viewing experience with a little magic box that will really make all your friends jealous. So today we're going to be talking about the UltraHD 4x4 HDMI Matrix Extender from OREI. Now that may sound like a mouthful, but this compact device not only lets you split any 4 HDMI inputs to any output, but it also lets you send it over easy to install Cat6 cable. So if you have a basement remodel underway, this is the perfect device for you. So this is great for hiding your Blu-ray player, set-top boxes, or even gaming consoles in a different room or part of your house, or even in a cabinet, giving your home theater that clean feel. The best part, with a little bit of coding, you can control this from Home Assistant to make a true one-touch automation for your home theater experience. I do have a part 2 coming up to show you how to get this set up, so stay tuned for that. So whether you want to add extra seating for movie night, or want to build a DIY sports bar, we're going to be taking a look at how this product can help you accomplish that. Now, a big thanks goes out to OREI for sending this over way back in June of 2023. I actually reached out to them during the basement remodel looking for a solution for my AV needs, and they graciously sent this unit over for me to take a look at and gave me some time to get all the Home Assistant stuff developed. So let's check out what this box can do. Now let me start out by saying this exact box might not be the right solution for your home, but OREI has a number of different products that have combinations of matrix splitters, extenders, and even units that support up to 8 outputs. And if none of that makes any sense, I'll explain it here in just a minute. So my buddy Jay is actually finishing up his basement and ended up selecting just the 1x4 splitter and extender. He ended up not needing the matrix switcher. So you might be asking, what exactly is a matrix switcher? Well, let's talk about that. So this device is a 4-in and 4-out matrix. This means that you can connect up to 4 different HDMI devices and display their content on up to 4 separate TVs. This could be one output on all 4 TVs at the same time, like what I've got back here right now, or you could have any combination going out to any output. So currently in my basement, I have my Xbox Series X, a Nintendo Switch, my original Xbox One, and a Chromecast Ultra. So these are all connected into the OREI, and so I can have every TV showing the Chromecast like right now, or my son and I can play Halo Infinite together on 2 different Xboxes. Of course, I get the projector. But right now, I've got it connected to the projector behind me, the bar TV we saw a second ago, and the Nook TV the kids use over here. I've also ran a connection up into my office for future use. So taking a look at the actual matrix switcher, of course, I can't show it to you right now because it's being used. It actually lives back here in my AV cabinet right behind this wall. Now, it's made pretty strong with black metal outside and has fans to keep the internal components cool. So here along the front, we have a dedicated power switch. You have the infrared receiver for the included remote, and then manual buttons to be able to control which input goes to which output. Now along the back, we have a dedicated Ethernet connection, which is going to be critically useful for any integrations you want to build. Plus you can use the integrated web UI to be able to make changes to the settings and control the device. Next to that, we have an RS-232 port, which we'll talk about here in a second. And then each of the outputs have a dedicated HDMI port and an Ethernet port for use with the Cat6 extenders. You also have dedicated infrared outputs, and they include the transmitters in the box. And then in the dead center, we have all the inputs for the HDMI devices. And then on the right side, we've got the 12-volt input for power, which has the nice threaded connector so that way it doesn't get unplugged accidentally. So let's take a look at each of the major features of the switcher. Now, of course, you won't want to sacrifice any quality when making your home theater, and you won't really need to with this product. It supports 4K Ultra HD at 60 Hz on all the outputs. It also has an inbuilt 4K to 1080p or HD downscaler. So if your TV doesn't support 4K, you don't need to reduce the quality on all outputs to make it work. So you could have 4K on the displays that support it, and then you could have 1080p on those devices that don't. It also comes equipped with HDMI 2.0B and HDCP 2.2. This gives you a wide range of compatibility and prevents any DRM errors. It also supports HDR, HDR10, HDR10+, Dolby Vision, and HLG. Of course, if your output devices support this. It also supports HDMI audio pass-through up to 7.1 channel HD audio. And finally, as we discussed before, you have advanced video and audio management via the web UI, so you can tweak down all the features and settings of each of your outputs. So on top of the fact that this is a 4x4 matrix switcher, it also is a Cat6 extender, meaning instead of having to pull 50 or 100 feet of expensive HDMI cable through your wall, which can be super difficult, you can pull just one Cat6 cable and place one of the included converter boxes next to your TV. The boxes are even powered over that Cat6 connection, so it's one cable. Now this supports a connection of up to 230 feet over one single cable. Just watch out how you terminate your cables. You might want to look at special shielded cable and the appropriate connectors if you're going to run anywhere close to a power line. I had a little bit of trouble when I terminated mine into keystone jacks. I ended up having to terminate them into plugs. In addition, each box comes with an IR repeater input. So if you have a Blu-ray player or a set-top box in the back, you can just point the remote at the included infrared eye and it will repeat the signal through the extender and back through an output transmitter also included. This means anywhere that you can output a video signal, you can also control a device in the back. Another cool feature is if you happen to have a ton of displays, you can actually split each output into two, one over the Cat connection and one over the HDMI. So if you really need to output to a ton of locations, you have that option. I'm actually using the loopback on my Nebula projector instead of the Cat output because the projector doesn't like this extender very well. Now, what would be a smart device without a variety of control options? You can of course use the buttons on the front of the device for manually controlling each output. And there's also an included infrared remote that you can use to easily control from across the room. But the best part is there's both RS-232 serial control and control through the web interface if you're connected to the Ethernet port on your home network. Plus, you can actually control this all over Telnet, which we're going to take a look at in the next video. So even if you don't want to use Home Assistant, you can actually control this with another device or computer. Now in the web interface is where it's really easy to tweak your audio and video settings. So for example, my bar TV is only 1080p capable. So I had to head into the video tab and activate the downscaler. Now, for my Nebula projector, I had a bear of a time getting it to properly output from the switcher. I ended up connecting it over that long HDMI cable and forcing the output to 4K at 60 frames per second. But after a bit of tweaking, it's now rock solid. And not only can you control the outputs and all sorts of video and audio tweaks, there's also the ability to control any CEC compatible device. This means just using the HDMI connector between the unit or extender, you're able to power on, off, change volume, and more. Of course, this depends on the compatibility of your TVs, but this just makes getting everything automated a breeze. One key aspect I forgot to mention is the price point. You can pick up this exact 4x4 Matrix Extender for just $449 US. The best part? You can actually grab it from Amazon for quick and easy shipping. Installation is a snap. Honestly, the hardest part is pulling Cat6 cable. So this is definitely something that you can knock out in a weekend if you have easy access to run your cable. So now after diving into the incredible capabilities of this HDMI Matrix and extender, there's one more piece to the puzzle we'll need to look at. And if you're like me and you love integrating your tech to create smart, seamless experiences, then you're going to be thrilled at what's coming up in part 2. Now in that video, we're going to tackle how you can take this whole setup to the next level by integrating it into Home Assistant. So I've got this set up right now to where I can use the tablet that I have here in the basement to hit one button and have it automatically set everything up to play Xbox, play Switch, what have you. We're going to dive into how to set this up to change the output on any of your TVs from right inside of Home Assistant in that video, so you don't want to miss it. Once it's out, you can find it right over here. Now, if you are interested in picking up one of these devices, please use the links down in the description. They go to help the channel and also let OREI know that you came from this channel. So make sure you're subscribed for more great content, and if you did find value in this video, give it a like, please. If you do run into any questions or have something specific that I might have missed, let me know down in the comments below. I try to be active in there at least every other day to be able to answer your questions on smart home gear. Thank you for making it this far, and I'll see you in part 2.